Since time immemorial, humanity has turned inward, seeking in the depths of the mind a reflection of a greater universe and a meaning that transcends the tangible. The ancient belief that the human brain is more than just a biological machine leads us to regard it as a sacred temple, a space where the physical and the spiritual intertwine in mysterious harmony. It is within this inner realm that modern science and spiritual wisdom converge, revealing a universe of possibilities where logic and intuition, rationality and transcendence coexist. In this article, we explore the fascinating idea that the brain not only mirrors the cosmos, but also acts as a bridge capable of guiding us to elevated states of consciousness and wisdom. Come and discover how our inner sky connects us to divine power and the true essence of self-awareness. Often, the head is referred to as the upper chamber, or even the heaven, representing a plane of elevated consciousness, expanded perception, and deeper understanding. For centuries, the brain housed in the head has been considered a reflection of the cosmos, a sacred space where the mysteries of the universe echo within us. This ancient vision invites us to see the head not merely as a physical part of the body, but as a true temple of divine thought, the central point of our connection with the infinite. At the core of this temple, we find the corpus callosum, a bridge that connects the brain's left and right hemispheres. This link goes far beyond being a mere physical connector. It symbolizes the connection between two distinct forms of consciousness. On one side, the left hemisphere governs logic, reason, and structured thought. On the other side, the right hemisphere presides over intuition, creativity, and spiritual wisdom. The corpus callosum unites these two worlds, functioning as a bridge between distant shores, allowing the flow between reasoning and imagination, the earthly and the transcendent. This connection reinforces the idea that the head and the mind are linked to higher realms, guiding us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the divine. By affirming that the head is the heaven, we recognize that within the human mind lies a reflection of the universe itself, a space where the physical meets the spiritual and where the highest wisdom can be accessed. A symbolic example of this passage can be seen in the biblical story of Moses dividing the Red Sea. Beyond being an act of physical liberation, this scene contains a profound spiritual allegory reflecting the very structure of the human brain. Just as Moses created a pathway by dividing the waters, the corpus callosum acts as a bridge between the brain's left and right hemispheres. The Red Sea, with its turbulent waters, can be viewed as a metaphor for the division between these two modes of thought. In the left hemisphere, we find the realm of rationality, structure, and order, rooted in the material world where logic and analysis prevail. In the right hemisphere, we access the domain of imagination, intuition, and creativity, where the spiritual, the unseen, and the transcendent reside. Just as Moses led the people of Israel through the Red Sea, we are invited to traverse from rigid logic to boundless intuition, from separation to unity. The opening of the sea represents the creation of a balanced pathway between the hemispheres of the mind and the journey toward a deeper spiritual understanding. From this perspective, the story of Moses ceases to be merely a narrative of physical liberation and becomes a true map for internal transformation, a guide for navigating the waters of our minds. This crossing of the Red Sea symbolizes our journey through consciousness itself, where the corpus callosum serves as a sacred bridge uniting opposites, bringing harmony and inner balance. Ancient wisdom speaks of a profound transformation that occurs when the two hemispheres are in harmony. When we achieve this balance between the structured thought of the left hemisphere and the imagination of the right hemisphere, we open the doors to a higher consciousness, the essence of what is called enlightenment, a union of thought, vision, and spirit. Modern neuroscience reflects these ancient teachings, recognizing that the integration of logic and intuition is essential for personal transformation, creativity, and even spiritual experiences. From meditation to visualization, many ancient practices aim to stimulate this balance, awakening the brain to its maximum potential. The pages of the Bible are filled with symbolism and hidden meanings that speak not only of spiritual truths, but also of the human body, especially the brain. These ancient texts, often seen only as allegories, may contain profound insights into the mechanisms of our own consciousness. Could the Bible provide clues about the sacred design of the mind? The 12 disciples of Jesus, for example, may represent the 12 cranial nerves of the human brain, each with an essential function connecting us to the world. These nerves control our physical senses and influence our spiritual perception, uniting body and divine. Just as each disciple plays a crucial role in the biblical narrative, each cranial nerve is vital in our journey, guiding us through vision, touch, and intuition, helping us navigate between the material and spiritual realms. Still regarding the head as the upper chamber, we see the disciples gathered there for profound spiritual experiences. In the human brain, this upper chamber can be associated with the frontal lobe, responsible for decision-making, advanced reasoning, and introspection. It is in this highest part of the brain that we experience moments of clarity, spiritual insights, and a connection to the divine. These metaphors in the Bible point to an inward journey, where the stories and symbols are not just external guides, but revelations of hidden potential within the very brain, waiting to be awakened. These references remind us that the path to spiritual enlightenment is not merely a matter of faith, but also a journey through the anatomy of our mind. The correspondences between the 12 disciples, the upper chamber, and the brain suggest that our brain holds the keys to unlocking higher states of consciousness, connecting us to the wisdom of the ages. Understanding this connection between the brain and ancient sacred texts is more than just acquiring knowledge. It is an invitation to transformation. The mind is a powerful tool capable of opening doors to higher states of consciousness, creativity, and perception. To activate this potential, it is necessary to find the balance between logic and intuition, between thinking and being. This balance is achieved through practices that stimulate the corpus callosum, the bridge that unites the left and right sides of the brain. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and visualization help synchronize the hemispheres, allowing logic and creativity to flow together. During meditation, focusing on the corpus callosum activates unity within the mind, unleashing the power of the mind as a tool for manifestation and enlightenment. Visualization is also an effective technique to strengthen this connection between the hemispheres, expanding both clarity and intuition. When both sides of the brain work in harmony, we can manifest our thoughts into reality more easily, integrating practical thought with spiritual insight. Thus, the brain becomes a canvas for our reality, where the strokes of thought and imagination shape our experience of life. Through these practices, we can align with our higher self, achieving success in both the material world and the spiritual journey. The power of the mind is in our hands, and by nurturing this connection between thought and intuition, we access the divine within ourselves. The mind, therefore, transforms into a portal for manifestation, transformation, and enlightenment, revealing the depth of this inner journey. The journey through the mind is, in reality, a journey through the universe itself. By understanding the extraordinary interconnection between the brain's hemispheres and the bridge that unites them, we unlock the true potential of our consciousness. Just as Moses crossed the Red Sea, we have the ability to cross the waters of our mind, leaving behind the limitations of logic and embracing the intuition and creativity that lead us to a plane of greater wisdom and purpose. In the sacred temple of our own brain, we find the keys to a fuller, more connected, and spiritually elevated life. May this reflection inspire you to explore the depths of your own inner sky and discover the infinite power that resides in your mind. After all, enlightenment is not external. It is within each of us, merely waiting for the right moment to awaken.